Arsenal have gone ahead to express their admiration in Joshua Zirkzee, and he is the lad that they're obviously looking at. Now, every time we jet into the further stages of this January transfer window, it looks like Arsenal are really so much looking around to get in a striker that could obviously solve their number 9 problems at the club of Arsenal. And today, Joshua Zirkzee is here to obviously see to it that we see what he's going to add on the side of Arsenal. Lots of boxes it takes, says, as far as Mikel Arteta and the sporting director Edu are really concerned. And this is Rokani David onto the onto the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And this is really the biggest channel that you'll ever find that brings you all sports in Africa. Now, the African Cup of Nations has gone ahead, obviously, climax match day 1. And guess what? I went ahead to bring you the match reaction of Morocco versus TZ. It ended 3-0. That is Seyis, Edi Nyasri, and Onahi, who was my man of the match into that game of football. And he went ahead to obviously put in a very good performance in there for you. After that, DR Congo went ahead to obviously face off with Zambia, and it was really great, you know. So DR Congo and Zambia went ahead to play, and the game ended 1-1. But in that game, DR Congo went ahead to miss out on very many chances. You know, they had 25 shots, you know, at the goal, and only 6 were on target. So they were all over the place, and Zambia went ahead to obviously capitalize onto that one mistake that was made in between the goalkeeper and the defender, and they hit that ball into the back of the net. So it was a nice game to play, and I think you guys are obviously here enjoying all the work that are obviously going on as planned. Now, let's go to Joshua Zirkzee, and he's a 23-year-old player. That is it. Joshua, 22-year-old player. He plays for Bologna in Italy, and he's really one of those players that Arsenal went ahead to, or Arsenal have gone ahead to obviously look at and obviously want to really sign. He has played for the Bayern senior team in 2019, 2020, 2021. He played for the Bayern under 19. He played for Parma in 2020, 2021, and it looks like in 2023, 2024, he is playing for Parma. And he joined Parma he joined Bologna. I'm talking about Bologna, his current club, in 2022, 2023. That is Joshua Zirkzee for you. And this is what we do to bring you these stories. That's the profile of the lad that Arsenal are really looking at. He's 1.9 meters tall. It shows you that he's a towering of a lad, and he's really a Dutch international, and he's a giant of a striker that every team would obviously want to have, because if you're talking about 1.93, just know he's taller than Haaland. Haaland is 1.9. Is it 1? This one is 1.93. So he's taller than Haaland, and he's really talented. I like his first touch, and he has a lot of things he does better into this game of football. Now, we are told by the Mail Sport that Arsenal are monitoring Bologna striker Joshua Zirkzee, although a summer deal is more likely for the 22-year-old. The Serie A side made it clear they have no desire to sell Zirkzee this winter, with sporting director Marco Diovailo labeling him unique in December. Obviously, he's a unique kind of talent, and if at all you've gone ahead to see him play, he's really important. And you know, when I hear such players, I'm really forced to go on and really watch their leagues, especially Zirkzee, who plays for Bologna, meaning that I now have to go ahead and really watch more games of Bologna. And I only watched Bologna when they are playing like AC Milan, Inter Milan, Juventus, Napoli, you know, when they are facing the big sides in the Serie A. But I'm going to give a lot of attention to detail to Bologna and see how this Zirkzee guy really plays, because these clips we see on YouTube are really factored out, because they only get out those where this player is obviously thriving. But we want to get out more and see how this guy really thrives in the full 90 minutes, and see whether the clips resonate with what he puts up on the field of play when this side is really playing. Then again, Sam Jedin also came out and had a very huge story about this 22-year-old Dutch international who plays for Bologna. That is Joshua Zirkzee. That Arsenal are admirers of Joshua Zirkzee and are and are keeping close eye on a 6'4" striker. Any move for a new forward is thought to be highly complicated this month, and the Telegraph Sports understands Bologna would want a fee in the region of £50 million. Now, this is what I'm going to here to tell Arsenal fans, that one will look out and say, I would love to go in for Victor Osimhen, Vlahovic, but if you look at Joshua Zirkzee, he's a talented guy, and I've always told you that what Arsenal needs to solve as a point, or as a problem, they need to create chances for their number 9. That is it. The moment Arsenal starts to create chances for their number 9, any striker, provided is clinical like Joshua Zirkzee, will get you the goals that you want. But getting in Victor Osimhen won't really solve that situation at Arsenal. That is it. But I think a summer deal is more realistic. And as I told you, it doesn't make sense for Arsenal to make a signing of a striker right now, because all they need is to stay with the ones they're really having and then try to get in players that are going to create chances. A right back that is really efficient, Frimpong or Sajibo, and a right attacking midfielder. That is it. If they get those two players, trust me, you'll see a different Arsenal altogether, because chances will be huge, or will be provided in plenty for the number 9, and Jesus or Edin Ketia will kill off those chances. So the more you are having more creators on the field of play, the more you'll see to it that you'll see goals go in. I give you an example. If you really watched the team of Pep Guardiola when he was coaching Barcelona, that had Lionel Messi, they had Iniesta, they had, I think, Pedro, I think they also had, is it Ludovic Giuli by then? Eto'o had left, Eto'o had left. So all the goals that Barcelona scored came from one player almost. That was Lionel Messi. So Iniesta scored a few goals. Xavi scored a few goals. Sergio Busquets scored a few goals. The left back was who? Was he Van der Vaart? No, he was Van Bronckhorst, right? Then he had Dani Alves as the right back. He had Carlos Puyol, Yaya Toure, into that team. He had lots of people that could create chances for Lionel Messi. That's why I told you that Lionel Messi could go in and score 60 goals a season. You get? So all you need is to have players that really create lots of chances. And when you have those players, a lot will come into your position and vicinity, and nothing will go wrong. So Zirkzee for me is the real deal. And if at all he comes in at Arsenal, I think he will be that player that Arsenal will need. £50 million for me is a bargain for a player of his quality, and I think he still has a lot to offer. 22 years of age, getting him in, great, because he's going to be one of those huge strikers that everyone is going to talk about. Monreal is another one who is willing to move after the Euros, so wait and see who Arsenal are really going to go for. Now, in the morning I brought you a story about Dean Henderson going ahead, all considering to terminate his contract at LTFAC. The contract has been terminated, as I told you. Now the final decision has been made, and Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to obviously get us a here we go. That one more, not one more. It's not supposed to be one more. It's supposed to be the here we go coming fast. Jordan Henderson to Ajax, here we go. Agreement completed right now, as former Liverpool captain will travel to Amsterdam on Thursday. Medical tests to follow tomorrow. Top signing revealed last week, now done. Exclusive story confirmed. Then after that, he told us that one more exclusive detail on Jordan Henderson and Ajax story revealed last week. The contract will be valid until 2026. So 2.5-year contract, no option. It's guaranteed deal until 2026. Huge work by the parties behind the scenes. Here we go. Confirmed. That is Fabrizio Romano for you. So Jordan Henderson is now a player for the side of Ajax. He has gone ahead to obviously make his deal, and he's a free agent. He's going to play at Ajax. I told you there is something hidden in this deal of him playing at Ajax, because he is really that one guy that has always gone ahead to really like to play in the top tier. I think he came in through, he was playing for Southampton, I think. Southampton or Sunderland, all of those teams. That's where Liverpool went ahead to get him in. He captained Liverpool to the Champions League glory, Premier League glory, and he has gone ahead to obviously do lots of works. He wanted to go. Jurgen Klopp wanted to convince him to stay. He said, please sell me. I want to go and start make some money down in Saudi Arabia, but it looks like things have not gone to go on as planned, and he's back to Ajax. Think it's a degrade, but wait and see how that happens. But it's a here we go to that side. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Tell me thoughts about Joshua Zirkzee, Arsenal admiration. What do you make about it? 50 million pounds rated striker. But I've heard a little bit that his buyout clause is 35 million pounds. So I don't know why the 50 comes in through, but I think we'll wait and see what happens in the summer. So what do you make about it? Do you think it's the right striker that Arsenal should bring in ahead of Ivan Toney Vlahovic and Victor Osimhen? Then a Hiwig has been sounded by Fabrizio Romano for the former Liverpool captain Jordan Henderson to Ajax. Do you think it was worth it for him to go to Ajax? May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. A sign out for now. See you later and good night those going to bed. The Muslims Barakallahu fikum. It's a Thursday in my country. I don't know what time it is in your country at my time of recording. I'm out. Ciao, ciao.